Okay, next thing we need to talk about is picking up their feet. When we go to pick up these horses' feet, whether it's a front foot or a hind foot, we're going to start with our hand, our left hand, or if we're on the other side, we start with our right hand up on the horse's back. And in this situation, I'm in the front foot or on a front foot, so I will start with my left hand up here on this horse's withers and just slowly kind of start to slide my hand down. And I might even put a little pressure to get that horse to step over and shift her weight to that right side. And see, as I reach down, she basically just picked that leg up for me. I didn't have to squeeze or anything. If I had to squeeze, I'd squeeze that tendon right there alongside her cannon bone. And see, she'll pick that right up. When I go to pick that foot out, I'm going to dig down in there. I'm going to hold my hoof pick just like that and pick away from my body. I'm digging down into the sole there, cleaning all that out, the clevises of the frog, the central sulcus of the frog. Pick all that out good. And I'll just kind of tap on that shoe, and you can see that's a pretty good clean foot. The lateral sulcuses and the central sulcus are all clean and free. The sole's free. Got a little bit of bars right there, but we'll not worry too much about that. When I set that foot down, I'm just going to kind of let the horse have that foot back. I don't want to just drop the foot. That's going to slam that foot down. And some of these horses, that might kind of, irritate them a little bit. So I'll let the horse have that foot and set it down on their own. As I work my way back, I just kind of put my left hand over their butt, and I start to slide that hand down towards that horse's hock, and she just picked that foot right up. When she does, I'm going to wait until she relaxes. You can see she's relaxing right there. I'm going to wait for her to relax before I do much of anything. And once she relaxes, I can set that hoof on my left knee and go right to picking it out just like I did the front. I'm going to dig down in there. Don't be afraid to get down in there and dig that stuff out. You're not going to hurt these horses. Pop that bar tissue there away. It's not a big deal or anything like that. I just kind of doing that to show you how you can do that. This horse kind of stiffened up, tightened up a little bit. I just kind of held on to her foot. I didn't pull against her. I just held on to her foot to let her know, hey, you're not setting that foot down. When I'm done and I go to set that foot down, I'm just going to step right back here and kind of let her set that foot down, naturally on her own. Okay, let's go over our grooming of our horse very quickly. We've got our horse in the cross ties. We're positioned here on this horse's left side. I like to start on the left side for everything that I do, just because that's where we're going to saddle our horse, and that's where we're going to actually mount and dismount our horse 95% of the time. We obviously need to work both sides of the horse, but I almost always will start on the left side. I feel like it creates a good habit and a good routine for the horse. In my grooming kit, I'm going to have at least one stiff brush, one soft brush, a rubber curry comb, and a hoof pick. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is take my stiff brush, and where I have places there's a lot of dried on, caked on mud, I'm going to take that stiff brush and loosen that up. This horse may fidget around a little bit, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I've got my hand on her withers there so I can feel if she starts to move And I'm just using that in a pretty brisk, quick brushing stroke to try to get the majority of that mud and stuff off. This horse, it's springtime right now, so these horses are starting to shed a little bit. May see some loose hair coming off as well. And it rained yesterday, so they're a little dirty. For the purpose of my class, I'm going to focus on where the saddle's going to be and the cinch is going to be. Obviously, you know, when you're grooming a horse, you want to spend as much time getting that horse as clean as possible, but for our classes, sometimes we don't have that much time, so we want to focus on areas where the saddle's going to be, where the cinch is going to be, and then on the legs where the splint boots are going to be. I'm going to get on the inside of the legs as well as on the outside, anywhere that my splint boots might touch. So that horse, I've got most everything that I could with my stiff brush. At this point, I'll go to my rubber curry comb and my soft brush. My rubber curry comb has little fingers on it, and those are going to work to loosen any of the dirt, the sweat, the mud, the dead hair that's kept close to the skin. It's going to bring that towards the surface so I can just brush it away. Some horses are a little ticklish when you use that rubber curry comb, so it's a good idea not to press too hard. You notice this horse just kind of twitching. It's not because she's sore or anything like that. She's just a little ticklish. And I'm using that in a circular motion, and you can see how much dirt, dust, and dead hair is kind of coming to the surface there. And then I can just brush that away. I'll take my soft brush and just little short brisk strokes, brush that stuff away. Sometimes if you have a lot of hair or dust, you can take that rubber curry comb and just knock it on your heel and rub that stuff off. You'll see I go back through on the second time here, and I've got still quite a bit of dust and stuff coming to the surface, but not near as much as I did the first time. You see this spot right here? Some of these horses are going to have little marks. Those are just bite marks and kick marks from playing out in the pasture. They're not anything to worry too much about. These horses live outside. This particular horse just recently was introduced into a group of mares, and so she's kind of fighting for her position in the pecking order, and she has the scars to prove it. There again, I'm just working in that circular motion. Found a ticklish spot back there on that hip. You can really see I'm loosening everything up and just brushing it away there. Since she got a little crooked in her cross ties, I might come around here and just kind of ask her to straighten herself back up. Most of these horses are very used to this grooming process, and they get to where they enjoy it, they relax. It's something that they kind of look forward to. To me, it's a good way to start off our ride. It's just helping relax that horse and get them comfortable with a good grooming. I'm going to make sure I don't neglect down there where the cinch is going to be. Take my rubber curry comb. That's again just kind of in a circular motion. And you can see this horse is getting quite a bit cleaner as I go along here. She's got a little caked on mud there. I'll just take my hand and kind of knock that loose and brush that away. Sometimes it may help to kind of push down a little bit with our soft brush to really get some of that stuck on stuff up to the surface. Now I'm going to kind of take my hand and pat that horse, and there's a little bit of dust still popping up there, so I'll work on brushing that to where she's just a little bit more clean. Not much dust there, so that's probably about as clean as she's going to get there where the saddle's going to sit on her back.